everybody, it's Diane from Tattered Edges Design. So the big project today is a little project. It's Inchies, which is, yes, 1 inch by 1 inch piece of artwork. Here, just a minute. I've got some I've glued into one of my smash books. And as you can see, it's mostly collage, but old magazines, scrapbook paper, hand-drawn, rubber stamp, postage stamp, sticker, old magazine, new magazine, scrapbook paper. So that's usually what I do. You can draw, you can paint. I've even seen them made out of fabric. So you can do whatever you want. But I've gone cutesy today with some scrapbook paper images. And that's where we're going. And why am I doing this? I have no idea. I just haven't done it in a long time, and I felt like it. So how's that for a reason? And I hope you guys can see this because they are so little. And so what do you do with Inchies, you might be saying? Oh, I've got my scrap basket here for backgrounds. No, it's kind of like anything else. I've made, actually I've got one right up here. Inchy books, little blank books. That's an Inchy that I've mounted to scrapbook paper and stitched in paper. I've adhered them to a little bit bigger books. Generally speaking, I throw them in a tin that's above me here, but it's got a bunch of junk on it, so I didn't want to get it down. But, anything you could do with any piece of artwork, you could do with an Inchy. It's just little, that's all. So that is it. That's the big well, it's not a big project, like I said. It's a little project. And actually, once you get your components, it goes fast because they're little. But don't think it's going to go really fast because it's little. Because I have found, and actually my method here, I'll find some backgrounds and let them dry and then go back to decorating. So that's what I'm doing here. But I have found, that's kind of pretty. For me, is that just one? Yeah. It seems like it takes me longer to find little components than working on a bigger scale. So I don't see that you're really saving any time. But that's just my experience. And I'm sure there are a lot of videos out there about Inchies. I think I first saw it on Flickr. Actually, would this go with anything? No. No. It's too busy, I think. Alright, what else we got here? And why am I going cutesy? I don't know. I really don't know. I don't know. Too busy. Well, here's a very plain one. These pies cute. That was very cute. Oh, I have put these on note cards, which I thought turned out really cute. I should. All right, oh, this is nice. At some point, when I pause, as I usually do, I'll have to dig some of those out, and because being an Inchy on like a 4x5 card, it's kind of small. But I made them sort of like clean and simple and and I thought they looked really good. Other people in my house, who shall remain nameless, thought they were boring, but I thought they looked nice. So you can do that. You can just keep I will give them points for being easy to store because they're so little. Just put them in a box or something. They're fun to look at every once in a while, or an album. I suppose you could do, there's probably swaps out there. I think there's swaps for everything. That's too busy. Or Happy Meals. They're nice on tags because, oh, well, you got to use that on that, right? How sunny. Because of the size, they're nice on tags or ATCs as like a focal point. if they're still popular. I have no idea. I don't know. I'm so busy these days. I don't have time to really tool around on like Flickr and stuff anymore. I don't know. Okay. Actually, would that be nice? No, those yellows don't match. No. Alright. There's something very plain, which probably won't go because, see, this would be good for a vintage something, right? Which I'm not doing today, naturally. Oh, that almost blends in too much. Same with that. It's kind of cute. Alright, fine. Well, are we waiting for my Diane's weather report? It is super nice. And I'll stress the word super. And when I'm done with these backgrounds, I think I'm going to go outside for a while. And there goes a garbage truck. Yes, it's garbage day. Sorry about that. Oh, that matches too well again. No, it's actually, I don't know if you can tell, it's kind of like out of focus. Does that make sense? And with that on there, it doesn't look right. At least that's how Diane sees it. How dumb would this be? It's an yeah, dumb. It's like, this is an envelope, and this is a little mailbox. Is that kind of cute or kind of? Just think about that. I was thinking of getting actually. Oh, this might be good to get off track. This is just a cutoff of Easter egg dyed paper. It's not bad. Airmail envelope with the, like the red, white, and blue borders, except my dog is laying right in front of the cabinet where it is, and I didn't want to bother her. I was being nice because she's laying down, so if she gets up, I'll get in there. And if those dogs outside keep barking, she will get up. Okay. And would that be good for this one too? Yeah. All right. Yeah, she's still laying down. Don't say anything. Or maybe we should keep talking so she can't hear the other dogs. Come back here. All right. Well, anything else we could put on green? Well, that's kind of cool, but I don't know. I think it's a little too dull for a butterfly. We need something more fun. That's too fun. Well, what else is in here? Yeah, you guys can't see this dumb basket, can you? That's probably too busy. Yeah, too busy. What about dots? It's okay. Aren't these cute? This is a new-ish within the last year scrapbook paper. Got little canning jars on there. It's cute. Yeah, okay, Diane, it's cute. I'm not in love with that, but just in case I can't find anything else, we'll put that aside. These were, one time I made a bunch of little mini notebooks, and I use these as like on the inside covers. But then I kind of stopped making those, and these things sat and sat, and I decided I might as well use them. No. No. probably too much, but let's see. Well, actually it looks better than I thought it did, but I don't love it. Same with that. Oh, this one. No. No. So yeah, where do you get focal images for Inchies if you're doing collage stuff? Well, if you come up with great sources, tell me, because sometimes it is hard to find. That's interesting. Well, that's kind of cool because of the grid. We'll think about that one too. But I do use scrapbook paper images quite a bit, and the 6x6 pads are pretty good because they're smaller scale. So that's an option. Magazines are pretty good too, but it's a little limiting, as you might suspect. Limited, she should have said. Can you guys even see what I'm doing? No, we tuned out because we can't see. But stickers are good if you have a lot of stickers. Possibly wrapping paper images. Postage stamps are good. What else have I used? Oh, I was gonna try napkins, and actually I grabbed some first. Oh, I like that. Okay. But I didn't have a lot of small. There were a few. I could have made a few, but I just didn't want to. I don't know, just do a couple. I thought it seemed kind of dumb, so I didn't do that. But if you have a lot of napkins, there might be smaller, like little flowers and things, you know, that are more like accents on it, but they could be inchy focal points. And like I said, you're not limited to collage. You can draw on them, paint on them. Well, that's kind of cute. It's a two matchy match. What about this one? Well, I think it like lines up exactly within those lines. That looks not too hot. It's too bad though. That's a good color. Wood. Nah. Does this do anything for anything? Yet. No. You can tell by that reaction, no. It's craft paper. That's okay, but it's kind of boring. I guess it's up to me as the artist to unboring it. Well, that's not too bad. What if we do two like that? Or four? Okay, I might want to knock that down with gesso, but that's not bad. Or not down, back. That didn't sound nice, did it? Knock it down. Mine's a bully. Knocking down gesso. I've also done themes. I've done Christmas. Actually, quite a lot of Christmas. Some Halloween. Which, yeah, that crossed my mind too, considering this is October. Could do Halloween. I've made some Valentine ones, I think. Let's see. I don't think I ever really made Easter ones. What other holidays are there? No, I never made Thanksgiving ones. Alright, do we want the gingham for the little jars? Let's try that again before I cut. Well, let's put it this way. I don't know if I have anything else. Well, I'm sure I do, but that's very handy. This is probably way too scary. Yeah. Yellow. Oh, that's cute. And that's even got some turquoise on the side. Okay, that was meant to be. Anything else yellow? Not really. Oop, glue blob. Now I hear locusts off in the distance. I haven't heard them for a while. It was really cool at the start of the week. This is, what is this, Wednesday? Alright, that's good. What else we got here? And this bowl, it's really cute. And I may just leave it as is, but I don't know if I want to make it look like there's something in it, you know, a flower or a fruit or something. That's not stupid. Actually, that matches better. Alright, I'll do that. Now that I just set that back, I wonder if that would go with that bird right there. Come on, glue. It's starting to get where I can't reach it with the toothpick because I have this dumb system of gluing. So I'm going to have to put a little out in a dish or something, but I didn't think to do that. Alright, what would that look like on there? No, I don't like it. Yuck, no. That's okay. I kind of like that. It's interesting. See? And I really had no idea I was going to make Inchies today, so how about that? When my craft time rolled around, I finished a couple other projects, and I do have a journal in mind I wanted to start, but it's a little later in the day, and I just didn't want to start it now because I knew I wouldn't get too far. Alright. Oh, I'm going to run out of... I only have 3 left. I'm going to have to cut more bases. Yeah, obviously I didn't count how many I had or anything. Why would you do something smart like that? Oh, that's kind of cute. Okay. And once again, we have a good use for scraps as long as you have some focal images. And yeah, that being said too, if you are just using these maybe more as an accent on a bigger piece, they don't really have to have a focal point. You know, you could kind of piece together some interesting scrapbook or magazine paper and kind of leave it at that, or border, you know, put a little border around it or something. That's kind of cool too. Okay. I think we're kind of back to where I started in this box. Ick. Oh, what about this for this? That's not bad. Or this. Or this. Alright, those two. And I do cut these on a trimmer. Before I had that little trimmer that I showed in what? Oh, the journal steps video. I used to just cut them by hand because I have a big guillotine cutter, and it just, to cut an inch on it was just ridiculous. You really can't do it. So I used to cut them by hand, and as you may imagine, they weren't always perfect. So if you have a smaller paper trimmer, it really does look better, because if you're off a little bit on an inch by inch, you're gonna see it. Oh, I didn't trim this one. All right. Now this was over here still. No, I don't like that on that. All right, we have these, and then I have to. Oh, that's not bad. I like that. Okay, we'll leave that. Like I said, I'll have to trim boards. It's too narrow, I know, but no, it's too matchy-match too. Double negative, too narrow and too matchy. Well, that's pretty. Now that really brightens that up. All right, I think I like that better. This one I cut out, oh, these two actually, for something else. I forget what I was doing, but it wound up I didn't need them. So here they are. Oh, that's kind of pretty. All right, that can be that. Well, that's okay. All right, that can be that, and we're down to this. Nah. Well, this is gonna be much more of a problem. I'll pause. Well, I kind of like that. And if it's in the intersection there. Okay, so we got our bases glued. And pretend these are done, because I'm going to go do them off camera. And then I'll come back after the glue's dry and trim them up and all that. So I'll be back in a little bit. Yes, the crickets are chirping. Can you hear them? So it's a considerable amount of time later. I put a dictionary up here, a big fat one I got at a garage sale. Maybe so you can see better. I don't know. But I went ahead and cut out all my little accessories, if you will, because it's really tedious. You probably don't want to watch it. It took a long time, etc. Which way do I want this though? Just like that. So I'll glue some. I don't know if I'll do all of them. And I did add, I think 2, because that strip I had of poster board to cut, because I was short, remember? I had 2 extra ones there. I'll do those after here. This. So, you know, in lieu of saving a piece of poster board that was this big, I just cut 2 more Inchies, so I made 2 more. And actually finding little components to this, it wasn't too bad. I didn't really have to scrounge that much. It's just that I'm making quite a bit, and to cut them out is the, you know, the real time consuming little trick there. And yeah, if you have experiencing eye strain or something, you probably don't want to do that at the moment. All right, now that one I intend to border, like with a marker, but I'm going to wait till that glue is dry. I don't want to accidentally hit my marker with glue. All right, there's that. All right, this is one, a new one that you didn't see. This took a cute little rainbow that's not cut straight, which was crooked. Sometimes it's hard to tell what's actually off, this one. And as dumb as this looks, I just want the red. It's going to cover it up. Okay. And what did I do while I was gone? Oh, just the usual. Some yard work. Made dinner, ate dinner. Shot some stuff for Etsy. Fed the pets. So crooked. Just all the usual excitement of my life. It's stuck. Yeah, actually, if you are easily frustrated, you may not want to make Inchies. That says lucky. Can you even see that? And I think this too might get a border, but I'm going to wait till the glue is dry. There's another new one here. Yeah, now this is really fussy. And yeah, it's a flying saucer. I bought this paper here not too long ago, a year or so ago, something like that. Just because it's fun and cool and wow. And what are you ever going to do with it? I don't know, make an Inchie. So I still have a whole piece of paper. But every once in a while you got to buy something kind of silly, right? And that's a old map underneath it. I just kind of picked it for the color, but it was in my basket of scraps. And this is just printer paper. I used a tiny little punch on it. It's actually a corner punch. It's right here. But since it punches out stars, sometimes I just use it as like a star punch. And these are, you see how little that is? I mean, yeah, pretty little diameter. And why are you making these again? Why are you making these tiny, tiny little things? I don't know. It's fun. They're cute. Just so I can aggravate myself with little stars. Yeah, I have mentioned this before. I've seen some people use tweezers for this kind of stuff. Probably a good idea. One more. And I was thinking, and it's the same thing, I'm going to have to wait, but those, lightning bolt looking things, maybe I would draw that with a gel pen under it so you get the effect. It is a flying saucer. So that's that. Now this one is real exciting. I decided, because it takes up so much of the, Inchie real estate there, and I really like it, and it's cute, and it's my Inchie, and I can do what I want with it. Of maybe just drawing a little border around it, like a little black border maybe. But I just think, what, it's cute, I like it. I know there's not much to it, that's the way it is. Okay. This one is the same thing. It's a little simple. I might add a flower or something. Let's think about that. This one too. Or even, like I have put little ribbons and stuff on them too. Maybe I would do that. Okay, I'll glue those and put little like crochet cotton baker's twine something around them. You remember that? You remind me of that? I have a feeling, considering what time it is, I'll glue these. Oh, there goes a barky dog. It's not mine. And then tomorrow finish them off with borders and little ribbon trims or anything. It's getting kind of late. I wouldn't want Diana to turn into a pumpkin or something. I don't know, maybe we would. It'd be more interesting. And I think, yeah, all of my little accessories, with the exception of the word, and there's another word coming up here, is scrapbook paper. Oh, and a stamp. I have one postage stamp. But yeah, I guess this is a scrapbook paper craft today. Oh, those are cute. But yeah, I'm definitely going to doll that up a little bit. All right, come here. So if you've never made Inchies before and you're watching this, are you going to try it? Or you think, no, Diane, you're nuts. And just for the record, I don't necessarily sign these on the back or anything, but I do write the date. I'll write, like 20. So I like to know when I did stuff, because I will never remember. Okay, here's the other little magazine word, which looks a little crooked from this vantage point. Wouldn't you think something that's super small would be easier to cut straight? Yeah. One would think that, or at least Diane would think that. It's crooked. No, it's okay. Let me see if I can even this up. That's better. Okay. We like better. Where do I want it? Just down there, up here, crooked. Maybe on the side here where there's space. It's fine. I might doll that up with a border or something too. All right. Our cat. Yeah, trust me, you did not want to watch me cutting these little hearts out. I really didn't want to watch me cutting these little hearts out, but I had to. So, am I talking to anyone who has ever made an Inchie? Probably, well, I should say probably not, maybe. And if you have, what have you done with them? I don't like that heart there. It's too even, going across with that. There's one of the stupider sounding cars I've ever heard outside. Let's see if you guys can hear that. It sounds like some old, 1920s car or something starting up out there. That's better. Anything because Diane's filming, right? Okay. Now this one has got a little tiny snail on it, which is way out of scale, or proportion, or whatever you want to say it, but that's just how we roll here in Inchy land. Yeah, and I left all this stuff sitting out unglued for not real long, but maybe an hour. And nothing got, blown across the counter or anything. I'm impressed. Yeah, it's very easy to get gluey with all these little things too. Keep a wet one nearby. Okay, cute. Gotta have smoke coming out of his chimney, maybe? I don't know. And some of these I may go back and anchor on the edges, or like I already said, border, but just do the edges. We'll see. Now this one, I was going to cut out some little hearts, and then I'm like, you know what, Diane, you can draw little hearts. So I'm going to draw little hearts, and that's why there is nothing for that one at the moment. You're not talking, How much can you say about Inchies, huh? How about where are you going to put these leaves? Because I don't know. Maybe on my finger because they won't let go. Maybe I don't want both. Well, it's kind of cute. Do we care? We can't see his back leg, though, foot. I guess towards the side is better. Maybe this would be a good video to watch before you go to bed because you can hear crickets and I'm not talking much. Maybe I should shut up just so you can hear the crickets, right? We're trying to listen to the crickets. Would you shut up? Okay, cute. Next. Oops. Not that it really matters, but it was upside down. Cloud is crooked. Okay. Now this one is rather simple, but I thought the dots in the flower, I thought maybe I could dot around the border or something, so that's why this looks sort of plain at the moment. Yeah, I don't know. Do you guys want to see that? Should I not border off camera? I don't know. Yeah, now I don't know. I was going to, but maybe I shouldn't. We'd really like to see you draw straight lines, Diane. By the way, it's just my opinion. As you can see, like this one and this one. Going off your Inchie, I think is okay. I don't know. I mean, there's no Inchie society, but I don't know if other people really think you're cheating now because you're not in the confines, of an Inchie. I don't know. I think it's okay. Yeah, what's your opinion on that if you're into this kind of art? Like ATCs are supposed to be 2.5 inches by 3.5 inches. And sometimes, you see people with things hanging off, or like they build up the top to look like a Gothic arch and stuff like that. Do you think that's acceptable or no? Because now it's not the right size. Good question. All right, Mr. Bird. These are just punched musical notes there out of scrapbook paper, which I suppose it's a little predictable, but that's life. This one too, I thought I might border because it's so the bird is so outlined. I thought that actually would probably look pretty good. I don't know. There's something about making something so tiny, but it turns out, cute or pretty or whatever, that it's just cool. It's just cool that you can do that. All right, here's that bowl, and I did find a couple pears. I think a pair of pears. I think I'm going to put like in it if they'd stop sticking to me. Yeah, do I get points? Do I get any points for... I actually cut this stem out. Can you see that? And it didn't get cut off or anything. Yes, the Inchie people are going to be very proud of you today. Need a citation from the Inchie Society. Actually, it's kind of cute. It'd be even cuter if the glue would work. Pretty straight. Yeah, kind of cute. We centered, not really. And these were the pies. I'm not sure exactly what I'm doing. I actually found though cherries and apples, because it's cherry and apple pie. And I had mentioned maybe knocking back the gingham there with, or plaid, whatever you want to call it, with gesso, but I don't want to do that. I just think it is a little bold, it is a little bright, but if you knock it back, I just didn't think you'd see it too much. And these are little tiny pieces of a paper doily. And I think once the glue is dry, I'll trim them even. But I thought like sometimes they serve desserts or show them in diners and stuff on paper doilies, like pie and that. That was my big thought. That was my big thought for the day. I'm not sure though. Stop moving around where I want these cherries, or if I even just want one of these. Or none of these because they're kind of bright. No, I've got other cherry paper. Give me like 10 seconds. If I can't find it in 10 seconds, I'll pause or do it tomorrow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. No, I couldn't find it. Alright. I'm going to wait with that one. Because I think those cherries are too bright. I know I've got other cherry paper, but I'm not sure where it is. I thought I knew where it was, but I didn't see it. Excuse me. I run out of voice towards the end of the day. Anybody else do that? Okay, I think that. Well, how many more are we got here, Diane? 5. It looks like 5. I don't know. Do we want to stay through 5 more? This video is going to be kind of long for just Inchies. Yeah, okay. That answers that question. I won't show doing borders. This is getting too long. Yeah, I'm getting the impression people don't really like long videos. Which I don't know. I watch long videos sometimes. I don't mind. Alright, that's cute. Okay. Yeah, I mentioned 6x6 paper pads are good sources for focal images. If you do that, then go back to that pad and look for little, if you want to decorate, little accessories, because at least if they have something, it should match as far as colors, should coordinate. That's what this Think Happy was on the same pad, in the same pad as this bird. That's cute. I like that. A little. By the way, in case you don't know, and you're thinking, this is way too ridiculous, I'm not making something this small, you can also make Twinchies, which is 2x2 squares. And I have done that, but for some weird reason, I don't like them as much. I like them, and they've turned out cute, and you probably could do a lot with them, or more with them, something like that, because of the size, because they're bigger. I want that under. Yeah. But I don't know. There's something just about 2 inches by 2 inches. I almost have a harder time filling it up. I don't know how to describe that. Because Inchies are so little. You can get away with that a lot. Or maybe I'm just more used to that. And then you go to Twinchies and it's like, oh, I have more space. What am I going to put there? But I've made a lot of ATCs, and those are bigger too. I don't know. Maybe I just haven't made a lot of the Twinchies. Oh, this one, in case you can't tell. This was the one with the postage stamp. It's the mailbox. And Honestly, I'm not overly thrilled with this stamp, but it was the only one I had handy that was the right size. Oh, this is an easy one. I just rubber stamped fly on there because it's butterfly, and I happen to have little letters. The only problem is I wanted this right on the intersection, and if I do that, it obviously that's not gonna work. It's not gonna fly. I can go to bed. So I can't do the intersection bit anymore, but that's okay. And I think that needs a border or something. All right, last one. And this one, I didn't cut these stars out because I'm not sure if I want them. You see, no, Diane, you're working on the floor again. We want that over or him over. I don't know. Yeah, the last one's going to be a problem, right? Especially because it's sticking. No, maybe like that. And I may not want those stars then. It looks like this is taking up a lot of space. Alright, so what do I have to do? Look for cherries. Do the borders. I guess that's it. Oh, and thread. Crochet cotton. Trim. Something. And go to bed because you're tired. Okay, and last but not least, go ahead and laugh. We'll leave you laughing. There was a page of sunglasses in that pad, and I just couldn't resist. There. Alright, we'll leave them laughing. Alright, group. I'm going to do what I said. Borders, cherries, thread, go to bed. And we'll pick this up tomorrow. Okay. Okay, it's time to wrap up. And I did remember, I almost forgot. I was talking about I made Inchie cards that some people thought were boring, but I thought they were kind of cool. So I did dig some out just so you can get the idea. See, that one just has scrapbook paper colors around it. I think these are nice. I like stuff that I guess is a little more. That one, I did marker that border, but that's scrapbook paper. And this is really simple. It's just scrapbook paper under it and then markers. And this one. And this one. And that's a stamped Inchie here. That's scrapbook paper, marker border. Yeah, I've got the envelopes in them in case you're wondering what I'm doing. I didn't want to mix them up. And now here's a very simple one. I don't know. I think it's nice. Okay, that's that. So anyway, here we are with these. They're done. I did not end up doing any twine crochet cotton ribbon stuff. Because one, I kind of forgot. And two, once I remembered, it's like, I didn't think any of them needed it. So I did not do that. And you know, I can always add that later if I want. But should we go through these individually so you can see? Here, let me set them on something besides my dumb hand. I'll just put them on white. Now this one, I don't know if you remember, but I had intended to marker hearts around it. But once I put that black border around it, I didn't think it needed anything. I like it. Yes, it's simple, but I like it. Okay, these two, these were the ones I think I was talking about putting the, you know, little crocheted cotton trim on or something. But I don't know, the more I was looking at them, I thought they were just sort of had too much negative space, so I added a cherry and a flower. So that's those. There's our cat. I just did a really simple, light, sketchy border on that one. Here's our very plain sun. He just got a little dotted faux stitching line around. Same with this, just a little faux stitching. This one I got out a postmark stamp, rubber stamp I mean. And this one, it's just a little plain line. You can barely see it, but I did put a little smoke in the chimney. This just got a simple border. This one, I did just a little border on the edges because top and bottom was too tight. You couldn't get a border in there. And here's our dot border. I kind of emulated the dots that were in the flower. I like that. Turned out cute. This one I just inked around the edges. This one, just a simple border. You can barely see it, but I just inked around the edges of this one. These two I just inked around, and I did find the other cherries. Remember, I couldn't find them last night. They were right there, but naturally I didn't see them last night. And I did trim the doily edges there. Here's our flying saucer with our added lightning bolts, and I put in a few little dots. I think that's actually kind of fun. And Think Happy just got a purple border. And the bird got a double border there. Hope you guys can see these okay. And this, he's got a few dots on the bottom, kind of, since there were dots there on the flower. The rainbow got double faux stitching there around. And this one got faux stitching also. And let's see, this one I did ink around, but I also, I don't know if you could tell, I added these swirlies and the dots with a marker to kind of, go with what was already there. And last but not least, our smiling sunglasses bear got faux stitching, and I did add the reflections in the sunglasses, which I thought looked better, just a little more interest there. Okay guys, there's my Inchies. How many are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. What, 24? Wow. So that, it was, for me, a day's worth of crafts, but it goes pretty fast if you don't have to keep breaking for things like I do. There we go. All right. Thanks for joining me, and have a great day out there.